edition of the On the Mic podcast, and as we look ahead to Bellator 274, first time, but we've already agreed we're going to do this more than once. I'm super excited to talk to this guy for the first time. Undefeated bantamweight. If you watch his fights, you understand why he calls himself the future and why many believe he is the future, especially inside the Bellator bantamweight division. The one and only new breed, Jaylon Bates. Sir, how are you?
Good. I'm happy to be here. Thank you, brother, for having me on.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like, it's so honestly, I obviously have to do research. First time I ever talked to anybody, and without even with just finding out the little bit that I could outside of watching your fights, trying to get to know you, the person. You're somebody who openly talked about fighting for bigger reasons other than just yourself, and that's one thing that really excited me. But first and foremost, 4-0 in your professional career. What has it been like so far for you?
It's been a whirlwind, man. It's not gonna be a dream come true until I'm champion, but it's been a whirlwind. I've been excited to fight for Bellator. Happy to fight for a big promotion. I never had to jump through the hoops and go to other ranks. So I'm really thankful for the opportunity that Bellator has given me, and they continue to give me and have my back. I've always taken the hardest fight they can give me. So I'm just continue doing that, continue grinding hard. It's a never-ending progress, learning about my body. I'm trying to get a master's degree in human movement.
I love that. So many layers to that, though, right? The first one would be, how does it feel to have this opportunity, right? To not have to go to these smaller promotions. I mean, you name them, they're all over the place. They're all over the country. Some people can get stuck in the mud in these smaller divisions. You were given an opportunity to start right off with a top tier promotion. And I'll just start there, and then I'll talk about the quality of opponents you've had already.
Going to these small promotions, that's something that I've been blessed to not have to do. It's something that, I never thought I would go straight to Bellator or UFC. I thought I actually would have a couple fights in the small promotion, but then God bless me. He just put the right people in my life at the time, and I was fighting for Bellator. So I was like, wow. So yeah, it's good.
I gotta say, we're like 3 questions in. Are you sure you're 25? You're talking like a 10-year veteran in the game, man. I can't believe it. Like, you just have a great mindset and just a focus on the fight game that's ahead, in front of you. With that being said, the quality of opponents you haven't taken, like you said, the easiest fights. You've taken tough fights. What's that mindset like, right? Because certain people, especially earlier on in their career, they want to protect their record. They don't want to put themselves in harm's way or in any danger. You're just like, yeah, I got it. I'll take anyone you have.
Yeah. Actually, I'm listening to my coach. That's the thing. I feel like with this fight game, to start amateur, I took all my own fights. I set all my own fights up. It was just me and my family. And then now I have a great mentor and coach, Antonio McKee. So now I'm just listening to him. He's right here.
Oh, shit.
He's in there. So, I have a great mentor. I'm just listening to him. Whatever he says to do, I'm doing it. And I'm going to continue doing that. That's all there is to it. Listen to him. We go to the top.
I don't want to sound like I'm jumping on a bandwagon here. You can actually ask Bellator. I ask this of every fighter who is homegrown like you are, and a few other fighters that I've had the opportunity to interview through Bellator. I use AJ McKee as the prime example, as a guy who started his career with Bellator. They moved at their own pace together, the promotion and the fighter. And now Bellator can look and say, this is what we have. This is what we grew. And Jaylon, I think you're the next one. And obviously you're right there with them. What's it like being on that team and having a coach like Antonio McKee and the teammates that you have there?
Shit, it's like a fucking genius. It's like having 2 geniuses working with you, helping you get better, helping you see things that you can't see. I've been compared to AJ a lot. And one thing is, like, our body types, we're very similar. So it's like he knows what he can do with his body, and I know what I can do with my body, but I'm not fully aware of everything I can do yet. So he helps me a lot in the little areas of knowing where my distance is, knowing where my body is on this point and this angle, not leaning on punches. It's like you can't top that, and the thing about I've learned is that everyone who comes to the body shop, the genuine ones stay. So it's true that, yeah, people come, but then they leave. But when you're really looking to be the best, you'll understand the type of basically degree you're getting with being here. It's totally different, and it's unprecedented. I feel this is not a once in a lifetime opportunity, but when you come here, don't leave, because it's not the same when you come back.
That absolutely, I can agree more. I'm just a couple on your team here. Just talk about, Antonio McKee as a coach. I know you've trained other places. When you say, that it's a home for you at Team Body Shop. I saw the video. I saw you guys training together, but I just gotta ask, like, what was it where you were like, was it a part of Antonio? Was it working with AJ? Was it all of the above, that you just went around the gym and you were like, this is home. This is where I need to be?
The presence. Every time Coach talks, I get chills. It's weird. It's the craziest shit I ever felt. Even from the first day I met him, I was in July. It was July 7th, the first day I met him, and it was just like everybody I talked to. It was just like it was something different, because it was the spirit that moved through me. So I was just like, yeah, this is it. Well, like I can't say I felt what I feel here anywhere else.
And I know you said, you've been compared to AJ, but not talking about AJ, but have you and Coach McKee had, and I'm sounding like a huge fan. That's because I am. I have a lot of respect for what Coach McKee does in this sport, and I think he deserves more credit. But was there, obviously you could talk about the training, you could talk about the coaching side of it, but having AJ as his son, but then also coaching others like yourself, has there ever been a conversation between you two where you were like, this is exactly who I need to be coaching me, and this is exactly where I need to be? Was there ever a conversation outside of training that really stuck with you?
Shit, I feel like every conversation we speak about sticks with me. It's just like he's gonna give it to you raw and unfiltered. He doesn't give a fuck about your emotions. We all got emotions. The world don't care about that. And that's the thing, is like some fighters, some coaches, they try to protect your ego. They try to baby you and pamper you, and you give a fuck about that. And I feel like that's what sticks with me, is like, you have to be tough. You have to grow up. If you don't grow up, the world's gonna eat you up. So I love it. That's why it's like, how do I say this? You just keep going. Just keep going. Wake up every day. Keep going. Don't stop just because you get in your emotions and you're like, oh man, training sucks, or I don't like what coach said to me. Keep fucking going. Don't stop.
I don't need you to get me all fired up, ready to run through a brick wall myself, but clearly what you're saying is can't go to Coach McKee if you go through a breakup with a girl. So no emotions attached.
Oh, you better not go to Coach if you break up with a girl.
That's hilarious. No emotions. But at Bellator 274, you'll be taking on Chris Dissanel. And just curious how your mindset is coming into this fight, and what you think of your opponent.
I get asked that question a lot. I don't think much of my opponent. It's not that I take anyone lightly. I don't take any professional lightly in the sport. We're all professionals. We are able to hurt each other. I just am confident in my skills and what I bring to the table and what I'm going to continue growing. I told Coach I want to try some shit in this next fight, which I am. I'm going to try some shit. You guys are going to see some shit. I'm going to be like, what the fuck is that? Or what did he just do? And win, lose, or draw, I know I'm going to give it my all. And most of these bantamweights, if I give it my all, they're not going to be able to handle what I put out there. Chris is a hell of an opponent. I think he's going to do great. I think he's going to bring the fight, and he's going to put the pressure on. And when he puts the pressure on, you're going to see that I'm a diamond in the rough. I'm going to come in. I'm going to give him the pressure right back. So, and I will get a finish. That's the thing. I've always said this from my, sorry, brother. I've always said this from my first professional fight in Bellator. I get a camp, I get a good camp, or I get a sucky camp. But as long as I get a camp, I'll get a finish. My first fight, I didn't have a camp, so I didn't get a finish in that first fight. I dragged it out 15 minutes, and it was dominating performance. But as you see with the camps, I get finishes. So I'm a finisher, man.
I can't wait to see Bellator 274, and just where you're at not only in your career, but in the division that you're in. Plenty of recognizable names, plenty of talent. I think for you, it's a lion in the open waiting to eat its prey for you. I mean, this performance here at Bellator 274, the door is wide open. I know they announced the World Grand Prix coming soon, and that's all fine and dandy, but there's somebody like you just waiting and kind of stalking the prey inside the bantamweight division. How do you feel you stack up, with the top in the division right now?
One day I will definitely be able to. I feel like I'm able to beat all these guys. The thing is, patience. I just gotta have patience. People say I said something about with Sergio Pettis, how he went to the UFC, back to the Bellator. I never said anything bad about it. No, I think he's still I think he's still dangerous as everybody else in the bantamweight division. I truly believe, though, that with me being 4-0, about to be 5-0, there's a target on my back. They're looking at me like, who is this guy? He thinks he's shit or something like that. No, I'm just going to put my head down and work. And then eventually you'll see me at the top and be like, damn, fuck, now I got to deal with this guy. When it's time to deal with me, we'll see who wins. But I know that I'm going to come out on top. I'm not worried about it. I'm just keep putting my head down, keep giving glory to God. That's it.
Just a few more here for you, Jaylon. I really appreciate your time. Every fighter's got a nickname, and I normally don't ask about nicknames, but given the team you have, the coach you have, the teammates you have, everything that is stacked up in your favor for your career, new breed, man. And I look at the division, again, in Bellator, the bantamweight division, plenty of names, but not there's only one Jaylon Bates. So what does new breed mean to you? When you attach that to your name, what is the new breed that you're bringing?
New breed is just a new breed of man. I feel I'm fucking different. I'm not like everybody else. I don't try to be like everybody else. I don't try to change who I am to fit other people's perspective or standards of what people should be. I'm just a new breed of, what I feel I should be as a person, as a human being in this world. I'm coming to change the fight game, and I'm gonna do shit people never seen. I mean, like Anderson Silva when he's knocking people out with up kicks, and John Jones when he's fucking doing spinning elbows and choking, Lyoto Machida out and just dropping people. They're like, who the fuck is this guy? It was different. It was unprecedented at the time, and I feel like that's what I bring to the table. I'm gonna be different. I don't want to be like everybody else. I want to be different, and I want to be, the new breed. And eventually, when I'm champion, it'll be King New Breed. But right now, it's just the new breed.
If you guys needed any reason to watch Bellator 274, Jaylon Bates just provided it to you during this interview.
Yes,
before I let you go, I got to ask you, because it's something that's very important to me. I'm very open about it on social media, and it's more so about meeting fighters who have a greater purpose, not just about records and money and belts. And you talked about it in a video I watched about how you were beating up bullies and how you've seen it all and you've been through it all. If you could kind of talk about that a little bit and why it's important to you to have a bigger message and work for a stronger platform.
Yeah, I worked with special ed in middle school. Those are like my friends. I worked with a special ed, and seeing them get picked on and seeing the way regular people or what people feel is regular, just because you get something quicker or just because you're not deaf or you're not blind. The way people would treat the deaf and blind in middle school, it just was appalling to me. And I would never treat a human being like that. We're all, in my opinion, not even my opinion, it is what it is. We're all God's children, and we're all one of a kind. And so working with special ed was really dear to my heart. And then beating up bullies, seeing how kids would pick on other kids because they didn't have the newest shoes or they didn't come from the same background or they had more money. I got off on beating up bullies because they thought they were big and bad until a little skinny black kid with beady eyes and looking scrawny came and gave them the work in the business and beat them up in front of their friends. They was like, oh, fuck, my money doesn't mean anything. My friends, don't mean anything. And that just means a lot to me. And giving back to just kids who don't have, I come from middle class. I come from a hardworking family. And we had enough. We didn't have everything we wanted, but my parents provided what they can, what was necessary. They provided us the basic necessities of life. And that means to me the world. So I want to give back. I want to open these charities. I want to do for communities. I want to get in the oh shoot. I want to get in these impoverished neighborhoods where these kids don't feel like they have an out. They feel like the only way they can make it is, I would do things that I wasn't proud of in life growing up, and I would just be like, why am I doing this? Because I didn't feel like I had it. But the thing is, there's always a choice. We always have a choice. That's one thing I want to do is let kids know they always have a choice, and they can fight their way out of whatever they're going through as long as they make the choice to fight and not give up. So yeah, it's just there's a lot I want to do in this world, and I really want to get back and change the world, change the direction of the world, because there's a lot of love, and we give love to everybody we meet, and we give a smile to everybody we meet. That you don't know what they're going through, but that made them that much more happy, or that made them that much more. They might change their course. They might, they might be trying to end it all that day. You never know. And just because you made them smile, or just because you gave them a compliment, change their whole attitude, change their whole course. So it really means a lot. It really means a lot to me just to give back. Really,
man, that's absolutely beautiful. And just the last one here for me is, you talked about sacrifices you've made, and that's walking away from jobs and having to have full jobs in between training. And at 25, like I'm about to be 30, and to pull back to what you just said, I'm from Chicago, and I've so many times seen people at your age and at 17 and 18 years old, the world was promised to them, and they were going to be the next football, basketball star, but their upbringing got them, or their friend circle got them. Something got them, and whether they went on to play sports or not, that was a different story. But to hear you at 25 say, I'm right here where I need to be. I'm with the team I have. I'm with the coaches I need to have. And everything is mine for the taking. Man, what was that like, especially being so young? Like it just really, it kind of fuels me on the media side to see someone so young, because I've tried it and I can't do it. And I'm just a media person. I can't quit a 9 to 5 and just interview fighters 24/7. So what was that decision like for you?
Like I said, it was just a choice. 18 to 23, I was running 8 miles to go work at Target full time and then run back just because I didn't have a car, catch the bus. I would have to wake up, an hour, 2 hours earlier sometimes just to catch the bus so I could go to work. 18 to 23, I had a full-time job and I had to make ends meet. And I knew that one day I would make my fighting my lifestyle. I always knew that this is what I want to do with the rest of my life. I don't want to do anything else but wake up, train, fight, enjoy life. And I mean, we train for 5 hours a day. And then I get to enjoy with my family. I get to enjoy with my coach, basically my family, my fight family. What better life is there than that? Work for 5 hours a day, get paid handsomely, and then you get to enjoy with your family and spend time with your loved ones. So 18 to 23, I always knew that this is what I wanted to do, and I made that choice, and that's what I was going back to is choices. I made that choice. I knew we always have a choice. We can change our life at any moment. If you want to change your life at any moment, you can. You just have to make that decision and make emotion behind that decision. Any decision you make without action is just any decision you make without action is just a dream. So making that decision and making that action and actually going for it, it'll change your life, putting emotion behind it. And I put emotion behind it. Every day I would pray to God on my way to work. When I was working as a supervisor at UPS, I would pray to God on the way to work. It was about 6-minute pray. It's here. The boxer suit. Yes, I just got my sweatsuit in. But I would pray to God on my way to work with a little 6-minute. And I would say, God, thank you for waking me up. Thank you for allowing me to do something that I enjoy. I enjoyed logistics and working at UPS as a supervisor. Thank you, Coach. But I'd pray to him and I would say one day, and I would go train. I would work from 2 to 9, and then I would train from 11 to about 5. And I would have like an hour sleep in between. And that was it. And then eventually he just answered my prayers. And that's why I believe people don't believe in him or people don't believe he's real, but he's worked in my life and he continues to work in my life. So I just make that choice. make that like Michael Jackson said, make that change. You know.
Last one, and I swear it's the last one. Just a very quick answer, if you can. What should we expect from Jaylon Bates in 2022?
Big things. We're gonna go. Hopefully, I get 4 fights in this year. Hopefully, thank you, Reese. I appreciate you, bro. Hopefully, I get 4 fights in this year. This will be my first one. Hopefully, I fight in April. Hopefully, I fight again in July. Then that'll be done with this contract, and hopefully, I get one more in by the end of the year. 4-0 this year. That'll be something I look forward to. If they can do that, and also and hopefully, I don't have any injuries after my fights, and I stay healthy. That'd be something that'd be amazing. 4-0 this year.
Well, Bellator 274, February 19th. Jaylon Bates taking on Chris Dissanel. Jaylon, first time talking to you, man. And again, I swear I don't usually geek out when coaches are right next to the fighter I'm talking to, but I've got a lot of respect for Team Body Shop and Antonio McKee and yourself. And like we talked about when you first got on here, I hope this is the first interview of many. You got a really beautiful story and really inspiring words outside of your fight game. But like I said, you sold the fight to me and to anyone who watches this and all Bellator fans. Your fight is must see and you're must see TV. So I appreciate you making the time.
Thank you. I appreciate the conversation, brother. I'm sorry I'm a little slow on my interview process. I feel like I usually pop off quicker and I'm usually more energetic, but we just got done with sparring today. We just got done doing a 30-minute run. So I'm a little sluggish. I got to eat still. So, but yeah, man, I appreciate the conversation. It was really good in interview. I just make sure we got to do it again. That's the thing. You got to promise me you do it again after the fight.
I will literally be in your Instagram inbox right after we hang up here. So you'll be hearing from me.
Oh yeah. Tell your guys, tell your people, please follow me, New Breed MMA. Go give me a follow. And I'll be posting a lot more content. The thing is, I'm getting everything together of what. Yes, sir. Yeah, of course. I'm getting my media content together. So go follow me, and eventually you guys will love what I'm doing. Thank you, brother.
I'll make sure to put it in the description as well and blast it all over the place. So Jaylon Bates, thank you very much, man. Really appreciate this.
God bless.